Hello class 7. This is the third part of the chapter Too Expensive. That means the chapter number 7. So we have completed up to the page number 29 and we are going to start with the page number 30. And before starting the class, I would like to say that here we have seen that one man who was a Scotsman, he came to a hotel, and there Elizabeth and her mother also came, and eventually Michael Henchard also came to meet the man, that means the Scotsman. So now what will happen, we are going to see. If you have the book, please take it out and turn to page number 29. At the first, we are going to start with the last paragraph and then we will go to page number 30. The women began to eat but could hear the conversation next door. So the woman, that means Elizabeth and Jane, they were having their dinner and they were actually listening what both of them, that means Henchard and the Scotsman, both of them were talking. The mayor confirmed that the note had indeed been written by the Scotsman. So Henchard knew that, and he also told the man that it was the note which was given by the stranger, that was the same note given by that man, that means the Scotsman. That means Henchard knew that the Scotsman and the stranger was the man whom he was talking at that time. Henchard asked if the man had replied to an advertisement he had put out for a corn factory manager that was answered by a man named Joshua Job. So Henchard was asking that before some days he actually gave one advertisement for the job of manager in his farm. Okay, so for corn factory. So he got one answer from a man whose name was Joshua or Job, and he was very much happy with his answer. So the man, that means Henchard, was actually thinking that Joshua or Job was the same man who actually came from Scotland. Okay, so what happened? The man pointed out the mistake. His name was Donald Farfrae. What happened? That means the man told that no, he was not the same man who has given Michael Henchard the answer. Okay, that means his name was not Joshua or Job, his name was Donald Farfrae. He was in the corn business, but he was on his way to Bristol and from there to the other side of the world to earn a good amount in the wheat business through some inventions he had devised. So the Scotsman told that no, he was not Joshua Job who gave answer to Michael Henchard. His name was Donald Farfrae, and yes, he had the corn factory, corn business, and he devised some plans for making more profit in the corn business, and for that reason he was going to Bristol. Okay, so he was not the same man who had given the answer to Michael Henchard. Henchard was disappointed to hear that, and Henchard was very much disappointed. He did not like that thing. That means he did not like the answer. Maybe he was actually thinking, he had very excitement. Maybe he was thinking that that Scotsman was the same man who had given the answer to Henchard, and he liked that answer very much. So Michael Henchard was thinking that means the same man, that Joshua or Job was the same man. Okay, but Donald Farfrae, he told that no, he was not the same man. His name was Donald Farfrae, he was not Joshua. So after hearing that, obviously Michael Henchard was very disappointed. He said he was grateful for the advice the man had written. So he was thinking, he told that he was very much it was really very helpful for him what the man had written in his note. He was in a spot with the crop, and this man's suggestion seemed to have some truth. The young man offered to tell him how to do it, since the weather would be less inclement where he was heated, and would cause less damage to the crops. So here, that means Michael Henchard actually informed the man that he was in a spat means here, spot means here, that means he was in a problem. He was having some problem with the cultivation of corn and wheat, and so he needed the suggestion. Okay. So the young man offered, that means the young man actually wanted to give the that means the suggestions about how to make the proper that means how to make the proper and good amount of corn and wheat. And he was actually he was helping Michael Henchard. And what happened? They discussed drying and refrigeration, and the young man seemed to be showing him how to go about it with a few sample grains. So there was the conversation between that man, that means the stocksman, and Michael Henchard. Michael Henchard informed that man that he was having some problem in the cultivation of corn and wheat, and the man was offering Michael Henchard about some with some new device plans to what can I say, that for making the cultivation okay. So he was telling that how what to do at the time of winter, what not to do at the time of summer. So he was just giving the suggestions to Michael Henchard. So at that time, Mr. Henchard soon declared that the grain had been restored almost totally. Michael Henchard, after hearing that, he told that all the grains of corns and wheats it restored, and totally almost all the that means grains restored here. Henchard told him his background in hay, and that he needed a corn manager. Henchard, at the first time, Henchard actually told that they gave one advertisement for corn manager, and he got the advices from that Scotsman that how to do better in corn and wheat cultivation, for corn and wheat cultivation. So after that, Michael Henchard declared that yes, he had some problem, and for that reason he wanted to take one corn manager. Okay. He offered him a commission in addition to a salary, but the young man refused to stay. Michael Henchard, when he could understand that means the stocksman was a very what can I say, a very sound person, a good person in case of this cultivation. So he offered that man to give a good commission if he would work for Michael Henchard. But unfortunately, what happened? But the young man refused to stay. But the young man, that means the Scotsman, he refused that proposal. So Henchard invited him home for a hearty dinner. So what can Michael Henchard do? What could Michael Henchard do? Only he did that. He told that man, okay, before leaving the place, he would go to his room. He would go to his house and had the dinner with him. But Farfrae declined, since he planned to leave early the next day. He declined an offer for payment. But Farfrae, that means Donald Farfrae, who was the Scotsman, he refused that proposal because he was about to leave very early next day. So he could not go for the dinner in next day with Michael Henchard. Also, he declined an offer for payment. Maybe Michael Henchard wanted to offer for his payment, for his for the bill of his of the hotel and that means the food and everything, but the man refused all. That means Donald Farfrae refused all. Henchard added that Farfrae reminded him of his brother, long dead. What happened? Henchard told that he was very much like the man, that means like this man, because why? Because he remembered his brother, because Donald Farfrae was very much similar with Michael Hencher's brother, who died long ago. Since he was not very good in science or mathematics, Farfrae would have been a perfect partner in his business. Farfrae offered Henchard a drink which the latter declined. What happened? So, since he was not very good in science or mathematics, Farfrae would have been a perfect partner in business. So, Michael Henchard told that he was not very good in science and mathematics. So, if Michael Henchard would be the partner of that means with this man, that means Donald Farfrae, so it will be a good thing for both of them. So Farfrae offered Henchard a drink which the latter declined. Farfrae offered a drink also, but you know that Michael Henchard did not drink, so Michael Henchard declined that offer. He added that when he was young, drink had almost ruined him. It had made him do something of which he would be ashamed to his last day. So Michael Henchard told that he revealed that he would never take drinks, because it was the alcohol. For that he had lost everything in his life, and he would be ashamed of his conduct, that with the help of alcohol, what did he do with some other people. That made him swear off drink for as many years as he had lived when he had made the mistake. So, for that reason, he took oath, that is Michael Henchard took oath that he would not take drinking, he would not take the alcohol for the last day, for the last day of his life. Okay, so that means Michael Henchard refused to